Yeah. Deacon Wayer.
Rita Brown always wanted a doctor in the family. She and her husband Dale's fourth son Randy thought he could do just that, and he did.
Hey, how are you guys?
He earned a bachelor's degree from ACU in 1994 and a degree in medicine from UT Health Science Center in San Antonio.
I had a time right actually at the end of ACU when I was there. It's my senior year. I'd been accepted to medical school, and I wanted my wife to see the world, and so we went on a mission trip with Stanley ship to Romania. And on that trip, I remember really thinking maybe I was supposed to be a missionary. And I said, Lord, I'll go be a missionary right now if you want me to. I'll go to Romania or wherever you send me. And really felt like he said, you're supposed to be a doctor. And at that point, I didn't know anybody that I really wanted to be like that was a doctor. You know, I said, God, if you're going to take me there, you got to hold on to me. Just felt like he carried me the whole way and came through with my faith intact at the end of medical school, which was different from lots of others that I knew for sure. It's a hard process to go through medical school and hang on to Jesus at the same time.
He has faith like a mountain. It takes a lot for his faith to get shaken. He's really steady, but not boring steady. He's very adventurous and is not afraid to take a risk and not at all worried about what people think, really. Not real concerned with comforts here on the earth. Talks a lot about treasure in heaven and looking forward to that. And he's a great dad, and been a great husband, just gentle and really patient and waits on the Lord and just really wants to follow God with all his heart.
Randy and Anda grew up together in Midland, Texas, and married in 1993 while they were students at ACU. Together, with their 7 children, they live in the historic Como neighborhood in southwest Fort Worth.
The Como neighborhood is a pretty well-defined, low to moderate income black neighborhood. It is a community that is 100+ years old that used to be real self-sustaining. We used to have our own grocery stores and dry cleaners and movie theaters and stuff like that. Of course, over the years, that all changed. It's a wonderful community to work in, to live in, and to be a part of. We face a lot of the same issues a lot of neighborhoods do with the dropout rates that are increasing. There are a lot of kids who are being raised in single families. There are a lot of kids who are raising themselves or grandparents, aunts and uncles are raising them. The education level is a struggle in this community, and just a lack of adult who care for kids in this community.
Randy and Anda moved to Como several years ago to live among the people he served in a local medical clinic. He now has a family practice near a local hospital, but the Browns still make Como their home.
I just don't know many people in my lifetime that have ever made a choice to do something like this, to move his whole family into a community and just decide, hey, I'm going to walk in the way of Jesus, and we're going to Jesus incarnated, and he came to this world. One of the versions says he moved into the neighborhood, and so that's what Dr. Brown did. And it took a lot of guts, but it shows the man of faith that he is.
What's up, Carl? I heard you did good in your spelling bee.
Yeah, third place.
That's good, man.
Randy helps run an opportunity camp program each summer for 100 Como children. But he's best known for a special mentoring program he calls Dr. Brown's Mighty Men.
You come with me. We're just going to Hope Farm and then back to my house.
5 years ago, Randy handpicked 10 middle school-age boys that he believed had leadership potential, and with the help of other men from the area, have committed themselves to mentoring them, living godly lives, showing unconditional love, and following Jesus.
Everybody else, Jesus told this parable. 2 men went up to the temple to pray. So there's 2 guys, they went to the temple to pray.
The Mighty Men meet every Wednesday night for Bible study, sports, and a meal. They go on field trips together to visit museums and see the world, and in general, learn to build healthy relationships with each other. They also take time to mentor younger boys in Como, serve in the community, and learn lessons that they'll never forget.
Speak words of life, because what you say has power.
No matter what's going on in their lives, he speaks life to them. He speaks to them as Jesus spoke to Peter when he called him a rock, when he was not even close to being a rock. But Randy sees these boys as the rocks that they're going to be, even though they may not be there yet.
He's deeply involved with these boys, but every time I talk to him, it's about transforming the community. He wants to impact these boys so that they can impact Como for generations, and then ultimately Fort Worth, and he thinks big.
God commands us to go out, therefore, and make disciples of all the nations. And you know, we can go out a lot of times in different countries and different areas, and we forget that we have a need right here in our homes and in our state. And so what Randy has done by instilling the godly values that he was brought up with into these young kids, he's actually replicating. He's actually picked up a bunch of Timothys, so to speak, and he is instilling in them the values that they need to be able to make a difference in their home and in their community.
All these young men have to do is keep following that pathway, and they're going to have much success, and they're going to be able to pull somebody up with them who then also is going to have success.
Randy and Anda made a huge leap of faith. They left a comfortable life behind as a young physician's family to live in an urban community as full of hope as it is beset with challenges that keep many children from achieving their potential. Randy sets high expectations of the mighty men. Love God and follow Jesus, make academics a priority, develop relational skills, help change the Como neighborhood for good, graduate from high school, and prepare for success in college.
And these guys are exceptional boys. They're really neat kids. Some of them, you know, if you'd watched them at the camp that first year, you wouldn't have thought they were the kind of guys that were going to change the world. But they're all leaders. They're all just talented, good kids.
What I've seen with these mighty men, with these boys over the past 5 years is huge. And there's ups and downs, and there's been victories and defeats, but there is no question that their lives are dramatically different than they would have been if he hadn't stepped into them.
One of my sayings that I have on my voicemail is, what does it give a man to gain the whole world but lose his own soul? And what that basically is saying is, if you want to go out and sell drugs and all this stuff, why go out there and make the easy money when you can be following Jesus and have a life that goes on forever when you die?
And although there are days when progress seems slow or impossible to see, there are others in which God is clearly at work. The success of Dr. Brown's mighty men has created several new mentoring groups, a new generation of future leaders to mold and prepare. They've inspired an entire community to reach higher, dream bigger, and trust God to provide. It's a testament to how Dr. Brown and these boys are outliving their lives and changing the world.
I can't wait to see what it looks like when we get to heaven and see it all. But I do believe, I'm really optimistic that in my lifetime I'm going to see young men grow up and raise families and lead in ways that really do make a difference and change the world because of just what God's leading us to do.